every year, literally thousands of tourists go travelling all over the country in city breaks to places such as Milan, Barcelona, New York or Salt Coast. But why?
It's often said that you don't know what's in your own backyard unless you're Fred West.
But here in Carluke, we have some of the most beautiful scenery and culture there is to offer.
Jesus Christ, man, it's a fucking joke.
The majority of international visitors to Carluke will arrive at one of Scotland's 3 major airports: Glasgow, Edinburgh or Prestwick Airport. Whichever airport you arrive at, you can be safe in the knowledge that Scotland has some of the most advanced anti-terror laws in Europe.
We'll set about you.
You wouldn't think that Carluke was one of the top 10 holiday destinations in Europe. And you'd be right.
Just scratch beneath the surface and you'll find that Carluke has much of the same things as you'd find abroad. When it comes to shopping, Carluke has more big names than a Sri Lankan phone book.
That's right. Forget Rodeo Drive, come here to the High Street and you'll find all the top designer houses. However, if you're feeling more adventurous, you can always get measured up for a more authentic Scottish look.
Carluke was recently voted Scotland's friendliest town, and it's not difficult to see why.
Step into any bar here in Carluke's lavish night strip, and people will immediately want to know who you are and where you're from.
But of course, this isn't the only beautiful town in this part of rural Lanarkshire.
This is the fall!
Scottish food is quite literally to die for. And here in Carluke we have some of Scotland's finest food producers right here on our doorstep.
Now, think of breakfast and you probably don't immediately think to have a giant scab or some chopped arsehole. But here in Scotland we have some of the most inventive dishes in the world. They say traditional cooking comes from the heart, but here in Carluke it comes from the liver, lungs and eyelids as well, all wrapped in a sheep's stomach and boiled to perfection for our national dish of haggis.
It may sound disgusting, but just wait till you try it. Delicious. And don't think for a moment you can't get a good international range of flavours here in Carluke.
That's right, Turkish, Greek and Italian chip shops can be found all over the town, all offering that unique taste of the Mediterranean. That's right, salt.
And of course, after all the excitement of a long hard day touring Carluke, you can just sit back in one of the many bars, relax, have a pint and acquaint yourself with the locals.
Hello, how are you? Where do you come from?
Well, my friend, I am from Lanark.
What? Damn!
If you can bear to tear yourself away from the atmosphere indoors, you may choose to step outside and partake in one of the fastest growing outdoor activities in Scotland: smoking. Alright guys, how's it going?
Gaelic is the traditional language spoken here in Scotland. However, it's very rarely spoken outside of communities rife with incest.
Now, most people in Carluke speak the Queen's English. If that is the case, then the Queen had a serious case of Tourette's. If one of the locals does have trouble understanding you, he may ask you one of the following phrases.
What the f*** are you on about?
What do you mean?
What the f***'s all that about?
What does that mean?
Get to
On this occasion, you might be better off asking somebody else.
Carluke has become synonymous with agriculture, in part due to the success of its Young Farmers Club.
It's also home to some of Scotland's finest farms, like Carluke Farm. Hey, let's go out here, I heard Margaret coming.
Or the lush green pastures of East Law Farm.
Straven House Farm.
Or the beautiful Clyde Valley Market Garden that is Overton Farm.
And home of Scotland's longest single farm name.
And Carluke's most eligible bachelor, Waygate Shawhead Farm. Or even Morton! Most important of all to Scotland is its history, and here in Carluke you can find the birthplace of General William Roy, the founder of the Ordnance Survey maps.
And of course, from here you're only a stone's throw from Lanark, and the home of William Wallace, the warrior Scot played by Jew-hating Mel Gibson in the film Braveheart.
The one popular tactic employed by the Scots was to show their bright red arses to the world.
And this is a tradition still kept to this very day.
However, to discover the true beauties of Carluke, you need to be prepared to venture off of the beaten track.
The Clyde Valley offers one of the most remote and peaceful places on earth. So pack a warm sweater, pitch your tent and pour yourself a wee dram.
And then somewhere in these beautiful and mysterious lands, you may find your own little slice of heaven. Cheers!
and cut!
I'm out to here, man, it's freezing!
Haven't they got a bloody signal yet? This is ridiculous, man.
Our spirit has never been cold.
Right, on you go.
Right, press starting.
It's gone. It's gone.
Gaelic is the traditional language spoken here in Scotland. Carluke has become synonymous with agriculture, partly due to the success of its Young Farmers Club.
Carluke has some of the best farms in the country, such as Carluke. That was pure and home of Scotland's single largest farm, not longest.
Right.
And are you keeping pressing buttons?
No, I'm not pressing it, you're just getting it wrong.
And home of single.
There!
And home of and home of Scotland's single longest farm, them.
And
Come on.
hey,
And home of Scotland's single longest.
I know. Okay, I'll drop it like rain there.
that's right, just need to step into any bar here in Carluke's lush night strip and people will automatically want to know who you are and where you're from.
But of course, Carluke isn't the only beautiful.
There you go.
Right, I'm pretty sure I can see what. Right, go and check the sound of that before I get wet, of course.
Right, are we going in?
Holy This is oh, I can't tell you. I can't tell you how cold that is.
Man up!
Oh, that is. My feet feel like I'm going to fall off. I can't tell you how severe that is. Every year, literally thousands of tourists travel all over the world on city breaks to places like Milan, Paris. Every year, literally thousands of tourists travel all over the world on city breaks to places like Milan, Barcelona, Paris, New York and some coast. But why? Nothing said.
Morky, go a wee ball here that way.
That's right.
Aye. Breathe in a bit. Aye, that's better. Right.
All the lush green pastures of East Law Farm.
Right.
That'll do it, no? Bush. Right, such a